Welcome to the 8-Bit Cat Show, a place where friends geek out over the nerdy things we love. I'm your host, Stephanie Katz. With us tonight, we've got Zach.
Hi.
Chom.
Heyo.
Peter on the telly.
Hello.
And our special guest, Leidy. Hello.
That's her real name.
It is my real name.
She is also a lady.
I am also Leidy.
So we're trying something new this week. Our first episode is going to be the Whatcha Watchin segment, and we watched the first 3 episodes of Star Wars Visions. The Duel, Tatooine Rhapsody, and The Twins.
Yes, all 3 of those.
Mm-hmm.
Peter, I'm going to let you start because you've watched this 6 times?
Yes, yeah. Well, technically, it's kind of funny. I got through the first 4 episodes just muted over here on the side while we were trying to start the show.
Oh my god.
That's what I was trying to say earlier that interrupted you trying to start the show.
I think that counts as 7 then. I'm going to count it.
Very good.
I mean, probably the first 3 are the ones that I go back to the least. Not because they're bad, I liked some of the later episodes a little more. The Duel is a lot of fun action, but I kind of got tired of the black and white stuff after a while.
There was some color in there.
Yeah, for the red lightsabers exclusively.
Yeah.
And the
That was
laser
neat.
shots.
Hey, and all of the...
Pretty much any red laser that had light to it.
first of all, the lasers shot by the bandits there were yellow, and
Or
then
green.
all of the lights on his astromech droid were also lit up.
Yeah.
They were blue.
God.
There was lots of lights. Anything that was a light.
Yeah.
That was really what it was.
Mhm.
There were some green lights in the village too, if I remember
Like,
correctly.
Yeah.
Sun doesn't do that. And no, those are like blue background stuff. Background.
What? Stiff what?
Those are like blue lights in the background. They're not. They're just kind of random scenery shit. Basically, yeah. There's very very little color. I got tired of that, but the episode is still really fun to watch.
Yeah, stiff.
Yeah.
The episode was pretty dope, I will say.
Yeah, I kind of liked the old samurai kind of feel, old movie.
So I can't really say anything because Tom over here did not prepare me, so I have not watched anything.
You saw a
So
trailer.
thank you. Yeah, there was like I was
So-
not concentrating.
The really
I was in
cool
the
shot,
car.
the really cool shot from the trailer with the guy pulling a lightsaber out of a scabbard which was dope, but still messed me up because I'm like, I knew that was in the trailer. I knew that was in the trailer and was gonna pull a red lightsaber, and I'm still like, oh yeah, he's a Jedi, yeah for sure. And I'm like, no, that's the fucker with the red lights. What am I talking about? He's also another. Though I did like that. I think they really delved into like the real, true like Ronin myth with samurai myths like that, in the actual Ronin, where he's definitely atoning for something. So he's definitely a Sith warrior that is atoning for that by going around and murdering all the Sith he can find.
Mm-hmm.
He had collected quite a collection of red kyber crystals too.
Yeah. It was a little blinding when he first shows it.
He's like the
I have it
opposite of
playing
Grievous.
right now, by the way.
So for anybody who hasn't seen it, because this is all about spoilers and stuff, would be this one. When he opens up his cape after everything's done, he pretty much has like 4 to 6 like kyber crystals. Which
There was like
are
8 of them.
lightsaber crystals, and that means how many he's killed and gotten past. So you can tell he's been killing Seth. Well,
Who's
for a
Seth?
while. They're Sith. Who cares?
I want to meet Seth the Sith.
I wonder who Seth the Sith would be.
Maybe that's his name.
Maybe his name is Seth. Seth the Sith.
Fuck you.
We got. What,
I liked his droid. His droid wore a hat.
Yeah, it did.
and I thought that was
it
legit.
it was like a little straw hat.
That's cute.
I liked it personally.
But I mean that whole episode was just basically a Ronin type samurai who basically was just sitting around in a village, and then a village gets attacked by just like random bandits, and they had a Sith Lord that was on the ship with him, and then they get into a fight and he kills him.
I did like how badass the little chief was.
Oh yeah,
I was getting You guys remember that show, The Boondocks?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I was getting like those kind of vibes from that kid.
No, Tom.
No.
No. But anyway,
Whatever you're thinking, no.
I know it was not great.
It's
Whatever.
the Boondocks. I mean, anybody who's watched the
That's what I'm saying.
Boondocks knows
It wasn't great. It wasn't great what he was going to do.
It could go nowhere good.
But yeah, the guards there. I did like that all of them were a different alien species. There was a Doug. There was a Shoot, what's Bosk? He's a
Oh God. What is he?
Tridarian? No.
Mm.
Pretty sure that's something in Game of Thrones.
Trogdor. No,
I thought about that. I was like, did we just switch up stuff
it's not
together?
Trogdor. What the hell is
That's definitely from D&D.
what the hell is a Bosk?
Trandoshan.
Trandoshan, thank you.
No problem.
Fucking Homestar Runner shit going on?
Trandoshan. It was a Trandoshan. Yeah, I like the Doug that had ripped out the guts of the probe droid and was swinging it around with a bunch of samurai swords attached to the legs. That was pretty baller. What was that? TK droid? Not a TK droid. That's TK is for the.
The bug-eye droid.
Yeah, it's a hunter killer robot. HK droid. Yeah, HK droid. He was
Sure.
badass.
Yeah, let's go with that.
This is an HK droid.
I mean, I'm
Bug
actually
eyes.
actually questioning the
But
technology for the that umbrella saber that she had.
I think you could easily do that.
It's just one kyber crystal.
It's one kyber crystal, and then each. Well, also, I think that's why the guy was so happy about that he gave it to him as a gift. At the end, this is for me, because it's some pretty intense technology. But it's definitely got some plasma repeaters in there, and it's just using the same lightsaber crystal and going out and popping it out. Also, the guy also apparently has a scabbard that will hold a lit lightsaber. So, I don't. Again, all of these are just inspired by Star Wars. None of these are technically canonical.
It'd be kind of cool though, you know.
It would be, but they're all just inspired by the Star Wars. It specifically says that at the end of every episode. Inspired by, not.
Kinda like when a
It's not even
movie
based on. It's
is
inspired by.
Based on a true story, but it's not really a true story, but it's based on a true story. Kind of like
They used like the character names.
Yeah. And like I said, literally, it actually has at the end credits. It's inspired by. It's not even based on Star Wars. It's inspired by Star Wars, and I actually liked that distinction because there is a difference between based on Star Wars, created by George Lucas, and inspired by Star Wars, created by George Lucas.
Inspired by Star Wars, a story of Seth the Sith.
It's essentially 8 distinct fan fictions. That's what we've got here.
And I don't know. I like the first 3. Again, the first one was really solid. I can get where you're coming from. That if you're watching it over and over again, I feel like it probably would blend together a little bit. But I feel like they were definitely going for more of a manga style, where the actual the hand drawn, really in the actually in a book instead of.
Yeah.
I liked the style, but I could see where you're coming from, Peter. That if you watch it multiple times, it's kind of blend. That it would kind of blend into the background. You're like, maybe not so much.
Yeah. I mean, the fighting is still obviously
it's
great. It's great.
badass.
Action choreography. I just got tired of seeing it. That was all.
Yeah, but I mean,
It's probably the only episode that I'm truly like, I don't want to watch this one ever again. Not because it's bad, but just I've watched it a little too much.
Okay.
Well, then let's move on to the second episode, which was Tatooine Rhapsody. And I was so not feeling this one.
it was
You
all
didn't
right.
like Tatooine Rhapsody?
I did not. That little kid that was clearly a Padawan that fell from something and was running away from his. I was just like, this kid's fucking annoying.
Well, he definitely just barely survived Order 66. Was what was going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he definitely just went through some shit.
For sure. My only real issue with the thing is that they're supposed to be the greatest rock band in the galaxy's ever going to see. The kid can't sing. I don't know.
Yeah, that is the one thing for episode 2. Watch the Japanese version.
I was about to say, did you watch the Japanese version? Is it better in Japanese?
Most of the voice acting is going to be better in Japanese, unfortunately. for the
Okay,
show,
so we need to
but
watch
yeah,
this.
Well, we did
especially
get-
Tatooine Rhapsody.
We did watch the
Tamara,
dubs. Okay.
Tamara Morrison as Boba.
Yeah.
So,
Which was
we were
neat.
just talking about the voice acting in the car.
Yeah.
I was watching the trailer.
But yeah, I will say, I guess, that means we do need to watch the sub because, the in the dub, the kid can't sing. It's kind of sad, honestly. Though the music was solid, I will say the honestly the scoring on all of them. I know we skipped past it, but I'd like to go back to the first episode because the scoring on it was absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah.
When they're on the log in the river, there's some
Duel of
really
Fates.
great moments of Duel of the Fates, and also the duel between Anakin and Obi-Wan on Mustafar. Because there was a lot of that they stole from Duel of Fates in that one too. Well, not stole. It's John Williams. He can't steal his own stuff. But the scoring on the first episode was brilliant. Honestly, it was really well done. It had some really neat Japanese inspiration into there as well. There was definitely some traditional Japanese music written in there with the Star Wars music too, and it played off each other very, very well. And then the song that they wrote for the little kid to sing poorly was pretty solid.
Poorly. Just put that out there.
It's-
Poorly.
It matches the music a lot better when it's subbed. It just this is the only episode that I would say is actively hindered by the English dub.
By the dub,
The
okay.
rest are fine to watch in it, but they do, to me at least, they sound better when they're subbed.
Yeah, like the first performance they didn't bother me, but at the end I was totally thinking, I was like, I bet this is better in Japanese just because.
They got a dude who can sing.
And well, that and like, you know how sometimes when anime songs get translated, you're just like, what?
Oh yeah,
That
because they do
doesn't-
one-for-one translation, so it doesn't quite match.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like,
Yeah, that's what.
It sounds odd. It's just weird.
It was interesting.
So
I did like almost chibi Boba Fett in it though.
Yeah.
He was still a badass. Still a badass. I don't know
Still
how.
Boba Fett, but
But you're like, wait a second. He's like 4 foot tall. What's going on here?
So for you in context, because you weren't part of this,
Thank you.
is pretty much that the main character in this episode basically survived Order 66, where that's where the Empire basically tried to kill all the Jedi. You know, so that goes through. He survives, escapes, and then
meets this slug creature.
meets.
He's a Hutt.
He's a Hutt. So like
I didn't know he was a Hutt until he's like, Jabba needs you.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit.
So you remember Jabba,
Oh yeah.
the big fat worm?
The Hutt.
Remember what we used to compare him to?
Yeah. So that alone, it would give you context of what the other one would look like. But this one was all dressed up.
He's
and
like punk rock.
He looks like he's a punk rock star kind of thing.
But at least he doesn't look like Zemo the Hutt. Zebo? Zero the Hutt. There we go.
Sibo.
So after he gets picked up by that Hutt, they start a band.
They started a rock band.
And then that Hutt is being actually hunted by
Boba Fett.
Jabba
Jabba the Hutt.
and by Boba.
Oh, yeah. He's not
And-
actually hunted by Jabba. Jabba doesn't go out and do his
Yeah.
own shit,
Yeah.
okay?
Jabba hires people.
Yeah, but he's trying to find him because I guess it's his brother or cousin or some
Probably
shit.
cousin or something.
family member. It doesn't actually ever say.
Yeah, and
He is a Hutt of the Jabba the Hutts.
yeah, and he wants him to like work for him, I guess is what it was, or death or whatever it might have been, whatever he was doing.
He was going to be executed because he refused his familial obligations
Yeah, he didn't want to work for him.
because he wanted to be
But
in a rock
then,
band.
but then the kid and the other members of the band show up, and they basically are like, "Wait, let us just play like one last song all together before you like kill him." And Jabba's like,
Jabba's like,
Sure.
okay, sure, because that means I'm probably gonna kill y'all too. So fuck it. All right, great.
And then they sing, and everybody likes it, and it's supposed to be like the most amazing fucking band in the galaxy.
so then the kid's like, "Jabba, don't you want to be our first sponsor?"
And Jabba's like, and then the whole crowd gets on their side, like, one more song. And Jabba's like,
Okay.
well, if I
Fine.
still want to rule Tatooine with an iron tentacle.
Insist.
Yeah, your fucking shitty ass voice. Yeah, sure, whatever. Greatest rock band. I'll definitely make you that. No, but
Musically,
the
actually, here in Star Wars, this is probably an improvement to like the jazz music.
I did like.
It's cause, but this is a family-friendly show, and we can't say that.
I did like that the Cantina band was definitely like watching the Hollow vid, and they're like, "Fuck, these guys are good."
yeah, like
Oh no, we are out of a job, bros.
Can we also just sit there and say the fact that he turned his lightsaber into a microphone is probably like the most disgraceful fucking thing.
That's pretty disgraceful.
Oh, I thought that was great.
See, no, what I really thought was gonna happen was that.
It's a mic, bro.
I mean, it's cool, but
No, what I thought was gonna happen there was that this was all a scam,
And he was
and that he was about to go like, yeah, talking to the mic. Oh, and then like I thought he was supposed to be shitty. Legitimately, I thought it was supposed to be a terrible song, and I thought he was gonna be like, "You're awful. We're gonna kill you." And he goes, "Nah, fuck you," and then murders them all. I was really hoping for that. I know Jabba couldn't die at that point in time because I don't know, but again, inspired. But I will say it does seem like in this universe of Tatooine that they don't do the pod races anymore because the pod racing. I guess where the course was, where the starting line was, there was debris all over it. Like the actual start line had fallen down onto the track there, and I'm like, so we're not pod racing anymore?
No, he just murders people.
What the fuck, guys? We don't pod
In a
race?
particular particularly bad race. Things didn't go well for the ones on the track that time, and they have to do some repairs.
I think they haven't done it since Anakin kind of
Smoked everyone?
They're like, well, if that kid can do it, obviously this isn't cool anymore. Also, Jabba lost a lot of money on that race. A lot of money on that race. So I think he might have gotten real pissed off and he just, take it down. You know what? This is going to be my murder arena now. Only public executions. That's the only thing that's going to happen here. And I think the first person he publicly executed was the double-headed announcer dude. Yeah, pretty sure. Because he was not in the stands.
No.
Babe Fortuna was out there, but the double-headed announcer dude was not in the stands. And there was definitely like 2 nooses on that dais.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Would be hilarious if that was the first dude they killed.
That's the canon of that episode.
I'm just saying.
I thought they were like little...
Manacles?
Yeah.
It could have been, but I also thought it might have been 2 nooses. I
Well,
really,
now that you say it, it's in my head.
I guess I really wanted it to be because I wanted to have murdered the announcers at first. He was like, I think it's your fault. You got everybody on the kid's side. I don't know what the hell you were doing here. This is my race. This is the Bunta Eve Classic. Fuck you, buddy. You're gone.
You're dead.
But yeah, I'm with you, Tom. I think it was disgraceful to turn your lightsaber into a fucking microphone.
That's definitely like.
Also,
one of
the
those
fact that
things
it still made the
Yeah.
the lightsaber sound when he turns it. I'm like, that's gonna get some serious feedback come on your mic. We're not gonna be able to hear your vocals. Can you turn down the gain a little bit, bro?
The whole time he's singing, just hear. And he's like.
Yes, Peter.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, you look like you had a thought.
No, I mean, I kind of thought the same thing as Zach, where, it's going to be a trick and they're going to, like, attack, but that is clearly the point of the episode, is to make you think it's going to be a Luke Skywalker-esque attack on Jabba, but it's not. It's just, he put all of his cards in the We Play Good Music basket, and it does not work at all.
I was going to say, it wasn't a good basket.
Like I said, okay, so I need to watch the sub. Obviously, the kid can sing better in Japanese.
It works a lot better in the sub.
He was obviously translating in his head while he was singing, and that was throwing off his tone. I get it. We're cool.
Speaking of things that probably work better in Japanese, the twins. That
The
came
whole
out real
episode?
wrong. That whole transition was just bad. Please forgive me.
No, it was perfectly appropriate, because you know what? That actually is another episode that's better if you watch it with the subs.
Because I've got a lot of questions. Many questions.
All right, first let's explain context here.
Okay, so there's this ship, and it's called the Gemini, and it's basically 2 Star Destroyers.
2 Star Destroyers
Gotcha.
stuck together
by
with a
cannon.
giant laser.
Okay.
And there's these twins that were born out of the dark side of the Force. And when the boy is walking down, I was like, is this... at first, my first thought was like, is this supposed to be like some weird Darth Vader
I'm like, no, it's not.
version thing? It could have been. You didn't know yet.
It was dark armor,
You didn't know yet.
just like Darth Vader's armor.
You didn't know yet.
You can tell the face was off.
Then
Everybody knows what Darth Vader looks like.
he's being followed by his little astromech, which is called
Our duo.
Our duo.
Yeah.
And then they go and they're in this thing, and you see the Kyber crystal, and then it pans to the sister, and her.
She's got a badass helmet. Also,
Yeah.
why is her midriff exposed though? That seemed a little unnecessary in armor to have her midriff
Well,
exposed.
was that her midriff, or was it
100%.
just like
Belly
the
button.
corset?
I saw belly button.
There's a belly button.
I'm unless
Are
and
you
Peter, look it
sure
up.
you saw belly button? Or are you imagining?
Unless they-
Yeah, I'm pretty sure belly
Hold on.
button didn't.
Hold on.
It's just a different color of the armor.
okay, so they put a stylized belly button. What is this? What is this? Batman Forever, and they're putting nipples on the bat suits too. What are we doing here? You're putting belly buttons on the armor.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Now explain.
So
it.
she's
All right,
going
continue.
on this monologue about how the whole point of the ship is that they were born to bring order back to the galaxy, and that's why they each command part, like, one half of the ship.
Yeah.
And so they're going to go and they're going to use this weapon it's basically going to be like the Death Star. They're going to blow the fuck out of some planets.
Right.
And
And then
she's,
Nega C-3PO is there giving her encouragement.
it was, like his B2PO or something. Look it up, Peter.
Just the exact opposite of C-3PO in every way.
Yeah.
Let me.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, I'm committed to you guys. I'm gonna follow
P3C.
you. I'm gonna follow you to the end or whatever." And then she's like, prepare the cannon. They're like, preparing the cannon. And then the alarm goes off, and they're like, we can't prepare the cannon. Someone has stolen the energy source. And she's like...
well, the droid's like, well, the only two people can do that are you and your brother. And she looks over like to the other bridge, and
The captain chair is
which is also
spinning and
completely
empty.
empty. And it's just empty. It's just spinning in the circle. You're like, did he like just leave?
Just left.
How fast is this asshole?
Slowly leaving the whole time up, so he just kind of left it spinning real hard, I guess.
Yeah, how hard did he spin that thing?
Or he just sat
the
there.
Force.
Or he just used
I'm
the
about to
Force.
say, technically, he is a dark side Force user, so they're all dramatic as fuck.
Yeah, so he was probably just like, I'm going to just make this thing spin forever until she finally sees it.
Hey,
Right.
Hey, drama in the first one too. She
Oh.
makes her whole cape float away. Like,
Real quick,
slow.
I just want to go back one episode. He totally says, I've got a bad feeling about this, and it brought me great joy.
And then in the second one, then the droid says it.
And then in this one, he's walking down the hall, and the droid's like, "Brr, brr, brr, brr," and he's like, oh, stop, it's fine. You don't have a bad feeling about this. And of course, the door opens, and there's all the guards.
Lovely.
And they're like,
And he's like, okay, you told me so. Fine. And then he just-
yeah. And then they're like, stop, don't do it. And he's just like dramatically walking through them, and they're like, we're set your guns to stun. And so he goes,
because they're definitely pissing their pants right then.
So-
All of them are like, this guy
We're
can
about to die.
definitely murder us. I don't want to do this,
So,
but
do
they're
that.
gonna make me
I
do
think
this.
some of the, like, I love me some Anakin because I'm a toxic person, but some of the best dramatic uses of the Force, like, definitely happen in this episode. So he turns around and he, like, Force freezes the stuns, and he's like, guys, just, you don't want to do this.
Keep shooting them, and he goes, all right, and just crushes them all against a wall. He's like, all right, let's go.
I did
Cool,
love me
dude.
from Anakin.
Find it.
I love
The
him.
droid's name is B2ON.
B2O,
B2ON.
Beaton.
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 B2ON.
Yeah.
B2ON.
It is exactly one letter before C3PO. That's B2ON. You subtract one from all
Yeah.
of them. Yeah, that's fucking stupid. I love it. That's great. That's great. It's so dumb.
So then we're in the hangar, and he's like ducking down by a TIE fighter. He's like, the ship's right where we left it. Oh, we gotta go. And then, dun dun dun, there's his sister with the whole
With
fucking...
And the belly button.
And yeah, the belly button.
The
That,
belly button's up.
No exposed belly button.
I was pretty sure it was an exposed belly button.
I thought
was
it was just
wrong.
like corset
I was
style type of...
There was like a button in the middle. I
there's
swear
a button in the
there's a
middle.
button in the middle. It's supposed to look like her belly button. I know it was.
Let's
So
just make him happy.
Now I
and
know
say it
they're
was a
pale,
belly
but they
button.
aren't straight white.
I guess there wasn't a belly button.
No,
I really
there's
thought
not.
there was.
I
there.
told
Not a
you.
I told you, it's not a belly button.
I really thought there was a belly button there.
Show
No,
her
there's
the
something that was.
dramatic.
Get your
It is
head
pretty
out of the
dramatic,
belly
though.
button.
I just couldn't get over it
Where
because
did
like
you
this
see
is
the
a really
belly button?
like
He
this is
thought,
a really
he thought this like
She-
waistband here was a
when-
belly button.
No, when she starts out, she's all in darkness and it's very shrouded.
So
It's-
that's, like, the
it
widest
was the
thing you
light-
can see.
It was the lightning. It was the lighting, not lightning.
Seth the Sith.
No, there-
Seth the Sith.
No, there was lightning later in the
So
episode too.
we're getting
but
me a shirt that says Chickabo the Chocobo, and we're getting you a shirt that says Seth the Sith.
Oh Lord.
So then she's all like, what are you doing? Give the core back now, and we'll just pretend this never happened. What are you going to go give it to the Republic? And he's like, no, you wouldn't understand. Dramatic.
With the cape.
he was not wearing
he
a
just
cape.
rips his helmet off and does the emo
No.
hair toss.
And I don't know, somehow pushes one button and all of his armor blows off at the same time. It's kind of weird.
Super force dramatic. And then she's just like, we're twins, and how could you do this? And da 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 da. And he's like, whatever, it's fine. So they have a little face off, and then
Our duo gets in the X-wing
the X-wing.
and blows everybody to hell.
Yeah.
But she's got some cool like armor shield thing going on too. I don't know if it was a force shield or if it was actually from the armor. I couldn't tell on. Peter, you've seen it 4 times.
It looks like it's from the armor rather
Okay.
than the force.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she saves her and B2ON.
And then he hops on the
B2NO?
X-wing, and they're about to take off. And apparently she's so strong with the force, she just like, nope. you're just gonna...
You ain't going nowhere.
So, and at first I'm like, oh, he's stuck in a tractor beam. And the dude's like, oh, we're stuck in a tractor beam. And I'm like, hey, that's not a tractor beam. No, it's her. And she's basically trying to force the kyber crystal back to her. And then he grabs onto the thing, gets pulled through the ship. They're in fucking space. How are you breathing in the space?
See, her I was okay with because she was still in her armor, so that made sense.
He's not. He's got nothing. There's not a space helmet. He's just chilling. He doesn't even, like, in The Force Awakens where Leia almost, like, freezes, but she's still knocked the fuck... No, just totally like, no, I'm fine, and we can still have a normal conversation.
And just not
Normal conversation and a fight.
And a fight.
Has enough energy for it.
So she's got some, like, General Grievous shit going on where she's got, like, her 2 lightsabers, and then she's got, like, the claws that come out that also have the lightsabers.
Holy shit.
And then he's got his one lightsaber, except apparently he can make the blade be, like, ridiculously huge.
It's the same length as the Star Destroyer itself.
I was getting some very Gurren Lagann vibes from that portion.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good reference.
And then he basically tells her that if you use the power of the kyber crystal, it's going to kill you. And she's like, I don't fear death. Dramatic bitch.
Because the whole reason he like left is he's like, I saw through the Force, I saw the future, and because if we do this, you're gonna die.
And she's like, we're twins. I should have the power, and I don't have the power, so you can't have the power. You're making up. This is stupid. And then she loses her helmet, and she's breathing. I'm like, how is space?
Obviously, they're still under the shield of the Star Destroyer, which is then keeping them in an oxygen environment.
So then,
it's the same way that their hangars work.
He's back on the X-wing, and she's like basically Super Saiyan powering up here with Kyber Crystal, and he's like, oh, I can use my Kyber Crystal. How am I gonna... Yeah, I don't know if I have enough power to break the Kyber Crystal. What am I gonna do? I'm a whiny little bitch.
I don't know. You missed the 2 best parts.
I like this guy.
I don't know. You missed the 2 best parts. She uses it at first, and then she gets like 6 extra arms, and she goes like, General Grievous was a little bitch. Here's how you fight somebody.
She went all General Grievous. Didn't I say? Thank you.
Here's how you warp the light on your sabers.
You said that she has extra arms that holds lightsabers. That's not what it is.
She has.
No, I said she brought out her 2 lightsabers, and then she basically had like the spider claws came out and also had lightsabers.
And none of them were lightsabers. They were all light whips.
They're all light whips.
She had some wiggly lightsabers.
Yeah.
They're all
To
wiggly.
be fair, they do eventually turn into lightsabers, but yeah.
Well, there you go. See?
So then, our duo, whatever
Our
the
duo.
fuck, is like,
Our Dewey.
I know how you can have a lot of power. Why don't we just pull a Holdo maneuver here, and we'll use the hyperdrive, and we'll just fucking fuck this ship up. And he's like, I don't think that's gonna work. I can't be that reckless. And our duo's like, yeah, we're gonna do it. I'm not even giving you a choice. I'm the pilot. We're just gonna do it. So they go around, and the thing fucking like somehow becomes super longer than the Star Destroyer, but only nicks her enough to break the kyber crystal.
Well, he's using the Force to control the length of the saber,
and then shoots off into hyperspace.
Hey, it's worth pointing out. What is it worth pointing out, Peter?
This car is riding on an X-wing like a fucking surfboard.
That's what I was about to say. He's not even in the fucking X-wing. He's on top of it, and then just shoots off into hyperspace. This motherfucker should be dead.
He's a Sith Lord.
And
There are
Space
technically
surfing.
powers Jedi can use to breathe in space, but they only showed up in like 1 game, so I doubt that's a reference to that.
Explain this one
Could
to
be.
me. So this motherfucker survives hyperspace, lands on a planet, totally fine. His sister, still alive, floating in space. The motherfucking Beaton 2, whatever the fuck it is, comes out wearing a goddamn helmet like it can't... You're an astromech. You don't even need to breathe.
First of all, he's a protocol droid.
Oh, the fuck? He don't need no helmet.
By the way, this is a family.
No, it's not family.
friendly.
It's not family friendly.
It was. That did make me laugh though. That because we were bitching the whole episode about like, okay, how are they breathing in space? And I'm like, well, I was with you, Peter. I'm like, well, technically there are ways, but I'm not gonna go into that right now. But then when the fucking protocol droid comes out and he's got a goddamn space helmet on, I'm going, what are the rules?
There are none.
Like, when are
I
you
think
supposed
with
to wear
him
the
wearing
helmet,
the
and when are
helmet,
you
that was the
supposed to
joke.
not?
He seemed like the type. I'm just saying. He's like, well, what if I could use one just in case.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was definitely again, this episode of the 3 that we saw so far, of the first 3 episodes, I actually think this one was visually the best one.
Yeah, out of all
Fair.
3.
It was the prettiest.
And very dramatic.
Especially the just the shot where it goes. It's the back of the X-wing. They're coming up to the Star Destroyer, and it flips the entire screen. But it flips the Star Destroyer instead of the actual X-wing in the screen. Like the X-wing stays solid, so he's still holding the thing. But they actually technically flip upside down. But it flips what you're looking at upside down, and then he cuts through the entire fucking ship. I did like that he only cuts through one side, so his side was
stays
still
okay.
completely
Yeah.
was still completely
I want to
fine.
destroy my ship.
He's like, it was nice.
I'll just do that half.
But yeah, it was neat. And then yeah, it goes slow mo, and he like just nicks the crystal just off the edge of her chest, and you're like, and then her whole like armor set blows off, and then you're like, okay, so she's dead now, right?
No, they're
To be
twins,
fair-
and he can
What?
feel that she's still alive.
It doesn't take her whole armor off just enough to show that, gratuitous, fan service. And
Belly
the
button.
beam lightsaber should have completely annihilated her. But then it, I guess, turns off at the last second because it shrinks as it's going by.
I believe he was controlling. He was controlling the length of it with his force powers anyway, channeling it through that kyber crystal. So obviously he's like, well, don't actually kill her. Destroy the Star Destroyer for sure, but get really tiny right when you get to her. Perfect.
Don't kill her. Just remove all her armor.
Use the swords.
I am your father's cousin's former college roommate.
Your Schwartz is limp.
Okay, too much. That's his twin, bro. That's his twin. Japan's not that weird.
Yeah, but Star Wars is that weird?
Well,
What else is in store for us,
You're
Peter?
not wrong, Peter. Star Wars is that weird.
Am I gonna get more angry?
No, actually, the first 3 episodes are the ones that I'm probably the least into. They're not terrible, but they're not amazing either. It's following this that I really started liking the Vision stuff.
I have hopes.
Oh, we look forward to it.
I got high hopes. Because honestly, these first 3 episodes were really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't terrible. So if he's saying they're better than these ones, they'll be pretty good.
Look at that.
Pretty solid.
Maybe
Well,
I'll
Tom, you
catch
watched
up
them
this
too.
time.
What are your thoughts?
What?
Oh,
Have you watched past episode 3 there, Tom?
no.
Yeah.
Lies.
He had the guilty face. No.
No.
Lies. You've seen them all.
No.
Tell the truth, Tom.
No.
Don't tell the truth? Oh, okay. That makes sense. Where's my shoe?
Damn it.
Good job.
What are you doing, weirdo?
That was me.
Yeah, I lost a shoe.
I lost my shoe.
This is not a supernatural podcast.
It could be.
All right, with that, everybody, thank you for joining us for this segment. And we're gonna try some new stuff as we go along.
We have one more thing to talk
Oh, what do we have?
One more thing.
No, we're good. We're just.
That's what we're watching.
What else?
No, it's gonna be short. It's a quick thing.
My Disney thing.
Oh, your Disney thing. Oh well, fuck me.
Oh, we're including that? Okay.
That's what Ashley Chalmers.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
I don't know how she's gonna cut this now.
Just like this, leave it all in.
I'll be the only thing she was like super duper excited about. Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, thanks, Tom.
Yeah, no problem.
So
So
selfish
I
and
watched-
self-centered.
What'd you watch, Stephanie?
Trying to tell you.
Oh, okay. I'm listening.
So, it's Walt
Ow,
Disney.
God, it's loud.
That was very loud.
Good.
Tense.
In your ear hole.
Oh, gross.
So, it is Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary. Disney is my life. And so I watched the most magical story on
Thanks.
Earth, 50 Years of Walt Disney World. It's on Disney Plus. You can watch it too. You were just taking too long and I wasn't waiting for you.
He was talking about your life. Disney is my life. Fuck Zach.
As long as I have
There,
Disney,
there.
everything will be okay.
As long as Disney's in my life, I'll be okay.
Yeah. I'll pull
Why I wear
Hey,
shirt-
I'm even-
it's why I
even
wear
wearing-
shirts like this so,
Wearing
So you
a Walt
feel
Disney
loved?
she'll
World
still
shirt.
love me.
You are.
I
She'll still
forgot.
love me.
I got it last year when we went for Halloween.
She looks over and she goes, "Oh,
Oh.
at least he's wearing something."
Anyway, so it gave it was kind of, it's not the best Disney documentary that I've seen because it was kind of just,
She's seen all of them.
they're making another one. I have a problem. But yeah, so it gave a lot of backstory on, hey, this is like how Walt came up with the idea, and kind of talking about his plans, and then how Roy had to take over when he passed.
And they completely changed all his plans.
Not all of them.
Most of them.
Some
Well,
of them.
Epcot, they completely changed his plans.
Yeah, it's true. So Epcot was supposed to be it stands for the Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow. I was like, wait,
Good job.
She was almost there.
letter words. And it was originally supposed to be like basically the community where all of the Disney people lived and worked, and it was a way that he was going to try and figure out how to solve a lot of the world issues. But then he died. And
Aw.
they
Which is
just
probably good,
But then
because it was
he
probably
died.
going to be super
I was literally
racist.
about to be
Very
like, that's so
racist.
cool. And then you're like, but then he died. And I'm like, okay.
So then they were like, well, what can we do that's still like in that vein? So it's they kind of made it into a showcase. So they've got like the nature showcase, and then they do have a whole tech showcase where they show you a lot of the stuff they're working on. And then the world showcase where it's the different pavilions. Hello, Mr. Kitty. Goodbye, Mr. Kitty.
He just want to make an appearance.
No, Peter
He was hiding
blocking.
behind Peter, yeah.
Peter was like, "Fuck you."
He did it on purpose. But yeah, and then they had Christina Aguilera come on and sing, and
She was a Mouseketeer.
Halle Bailey.
Not Halle Berry,
Okay,
Halle
Halle
Bailey.
Bailey.
Yes.
Heard that
she-
name. I feel like I
she's-
should know who that is.
She is one half of Chloe and Halle, and she's also
didn't
Ariel in the live action Little Mermaid.
That
Oh,
helped.
I actually did see that.
That
Yes,
helped.
Yes, yes. I saw that on
Um,
Instagram.
Who's Chloe and Halle?
She's a musical group. They're sisters.
I think I'm old.
You're not in the know for Disney.
I did see the live action Little Mermaid though, and Shaggy really just ruined that.
Okay, you're thinking of a different thing.
Can we go back to Disney? Like, you're Disney?
So, yeah, it was Whoopi Goldberg hosted. Whoopi.
She's got an EGOT. You gotta trust Whoopi. That's Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
Does she
Bitch is
really?
talented. Oh yeah, bitch is talented.
I didn't know she had a Tony. What'd
Yeah,
she
she
get?
does. I don't remember what she was.
Peter, look up what Whoopi Goldberg has a Tony for.
I know she has an EGOT though. I know she EGOTted.
But yeah, and then it was showing like all the updates they've made to celebrate the 50th. The Cinderella Castle is all in special colors.
That's cool.
They did a special projection show for the Tree of Life in Animal Kingdom. The Spaceship Earth Ball in Epcot has special lighting.
I think the coolest thing they did is they cleaned the Hollywood hotel where the Tower of Terror is. They actually like put it back to pristine condition instead of being a haunted hotel. It's now like new again, and I thought that was like it's kind of dumb but really neat because like the whole point is like that's
Supposed to
the
be
only.
run down.
It's supposed to be dilapidated.
It's supposed to be dilapidated and screwed up, and they literally like the whole point is like they literally
Remodeled.
actually never cleaned the place because it actually added the ambiance of the whole thing, and they're like, oh crap, we actually gonna clean it now? Shit.
I'm going next year. We're gonna go.
She thinks, yeah.
I'll go without you. It's fine. But yes, if you're interested, it is on Disney Plus. And then they are also working on a full-length, behind-the-scenes, another documentary. I don't remember what it's called right now because I was just skimming through articles earlier. But yeah, that's in the works. Behind the Traction is out as well, and a bunch of other really cool documentaries that y'all should check out.
I'm definitely going to check those out.
Disney Plus has got some good shit on there. The behind the attraction ones are really good. I really enjoyed learning more about the Jungle Cruise.
God, you guys in Jungle Cruise.
It's fucking hilarious.
The backside of water.
It's so stupid in the best way possible. It's so dumb.
Jungle Cruise coming to DVD in November.
That's pretty quick.
Stop plugging stuff for Disney. They're not paying us.
Damn it!
What was Peter supposed to be looking up?
Oh, he was looking up what Whoopi got the Tony for.
I don't think he did.
Oh, was I? I didn't do that at all.
Yeah.
I don't think he did.
Thank you, Peter.
Well, on
didn't hear
that
that.
note, it's fine. So
I think that's a great place to wrap it up right there.
as Tom was saying, we're trying out a new format. We're going to see how this goes. So, Gamers Corner will be out on Saturday. Cat Bits, which is formerly Hey Check This Out, will be out on Sunday. So definitely come back to our YouTube and check that out. Also, don't forget to go over to patreon.com/8bitcats and give us some love. You can get access to Discord. You also get access to some of the cat clips, which is some of the behind the scenes things that aren't out on YouTube, as well as Peter's reaction to us pretending to be him. Slightly disappointed in his reaction, but that's fine.
Don't make it so obvious next time.
Well, until next time, Whoopi Goldberg is amazing, and everyone needs to go get Disney Plus.
Yes. Started with me.
Would you be nice to my cat?
Hey, buddy. You know, you can support us on patreon.com/8bitcats or like and listen to us on the podcast platform of your choice. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.